to our gallery, From Russia with Art Gallery, here in Cambridge. We are in the room where we have all of our etchings. We have etchings by 4 different Russian artists. One is deceased. On the wall to my left, we have etchings by Alexander Vetrov, whom we've known since 1994. And on the wall to my right, we have black and white etchings by People's Artist of Russia, Stanislav Nikolaev. We've also known him since the early 1990s.
So I'm Olesya Koenig, the co-owner of From Russia with Art Gallery, and this is our 7th annual holiday exhibit in a former Touch Art and Craft Gallery in Cambridge, which is very spacious. Therefore, we had an opportunity to feature all our wonderful artists, Russian, Ukrainian, American, and Armenian. And as you can see, Vetrov depicts scenes of beautiful Russian villages and towns and Moscow regions, and he always brings us back to the places of his childhood, which is Moscow region. Maybe some of these villages look different, but they very dear to any Russian person, and we also have lots of lovers and supporters of this kind of art among Bostonians.
So now we can show you some work by Stanislav Nikolaev. He is noted for his details. It takes him approximately 3 to 4 months to do a plate. 4 months for the big plates and lesser time for the smaller ones. He has tremendous detail.
This etching in owl is actually the best-selling piece at our gallery. It's incredibly detailed. It was featured several times at Boston International Fine Art Shows and print fairs at Cyclorama. And we have extremely limited edition of this art, as People's Artist of Russia, Stanislav Nikolaev, died in 2007. Now we would like to take you to our main exhibition room, where we have an exhibit of American contemporary realist, or he calls himself sometimes enigmatic realist, William Oberst, who is professor of fine art at Stony Brook University in New York, and who lives and paints in North Adams, Massachusetts. We're really proud of this exhibition, which is on view till December 12th, Monday. Artworks by this artist, and the exhibition itself, called New Beginnings, is being featured at the January edition of Fine Art Connoisseur magazine, which is the best fine art magazine in the United States. So we're really proud to represent this artist and bring new art, non-Russian, to our holiday exhibit. We can proceed to this area of the gallery. William Oberst exhibition continues with Dinah Waitress painting, oil on canvas, original. He pays homage to the famous master of French realism, Edouard Manet. And beautiful display at former Touch Art and Craft Gallery allows us to show some antiques from collection of Harus Antiques in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Director Mikhail Komarovsky. So you can see antique porcelain and sculptures dated beginning and middle of 20th century. And now we can proceed to the next room of this spacious gallery. Jenny will speak about works by this way. Anatoly Dvirin.
Well, before we get there, we have some works here by a deceased Ukrainian artist, Vladimir Zebik. He lived in an area called Kibersky Spit, which is
Odessa.
in the Odessa region. He was considered to be one of the best Ukrainian marine artists. Next, we will come in and we will take a look at an artist that we've worked with here for the last 7 years. From this way over here. This is Anatoly Dvirin. Anatoly is now 81 years old. We've known him for 6 years. We have sold about 16 of his works over that period of time. 2 or 3 every
Anatoly
year.
is a signature member of Oil Painters of America and Master of Pastel Society, originally from Ukraine. This painting, Sunbeams in Ukrainian Forest, he was inspired to paint it while visiting his native Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine. And he is a great traveler. He loves to go all over New England, Canada, Europe, and paints a lot of his impressionistic landscapes.
And of course, living here in the Boston area, we have to have at least one painting of Boston, and it's Boston in the Autumn. From the Cambridge side, viewing Boston, you can see the Prudential Tower. And adjacent to it, next to it, is Sunset on the Dnieper River. This was done in Ukraine also by him a couple of years ago. Then we can proceed over here, the one with the roses there, that is Whale Street in Nantucket. And then we have Sunday in Hyannis with the sailboats. So, and on the far end, as we go across, we have a very nice picture of Venice. That's the Hotel Daniele in Venice, as well as some smaller paintings
And we can
of his.
conclude this short excursion of Dvirin with the masterpiece Rockport motif number 1, original oil on canvas, 36 by 36 inches. It's a true pearl of our holiday exhibit. It's also shown on the first page of his book, Anatoly Dvirin, American Impressionist. And our next artist is very different. This is Jim Katsuba, local Cambridge artist who graduated from Rhode Island School of Design. And he invented pixels technique in painting trees.
Yes,
Really
and showing
proud.
the sun coming through the leaves of the tree at various times of the year.
We have 9 paintings by Jim Katsuba on display, including those birches. And Jim also was working with local Cambridge children on Matryoshki decorating workshop a week ago, and it was very festive and crowded holiday event for children. And another featured artist at this room is Armenian, Andrei Alahverda. You can see some of his works on display. He studied in Moscow and with famous painter, portrait painter people's artist of Russia, Dmitry Nalbandian. We selected several of his beautiful Armenian landscapes for the exhibit. Here is another one by Olesya. And this is not our first time featuring Andrei. We were the first gallery who organized his first exhibition
In America.
in the United States. And if you move it closer, you can read a little bit of information about this artist, who actually now lives more locally. He moved from Moscow to Boston, and we hope to represent him further in our next exhibitions. In our last room, we'll proceed to a very eclectic room because it combines fine art and designs and jewelry by different Bostonian artists and designers. Probably this wall would be the first one to feature. These are dry points by honored artist of Russia, Irina Makareva, who lives in Moscow and who is very famous for doing etchings of animals. She's the best animal etching living artist in Russia. Her exhibitions took place at Children's Hospital Boston, and myself and Irina hold a workshop for six children at the hospital. We taught them monotypy and some of her artworks that definitely have therapeutic meaning were purchased into permanent collection of Children's Hospital Boston. So we're really proud to represent honored artist of Russia, Irina Makareva. Next, you can see display provided by Russian American Cultural Center of Boston, director Margaret Coleman, based in Manchester by the Sea. These are all vintage souvenirs, toys, handicrafts, and we sell them at the holiday exhibit to benefit Russian American Center, which is non-profit organization. So another new artist that was just accepted for the exhibition is Nina Bublik. She designs unique Venetian masks. And because she is esthetician herself, she is using recycled materials and hypoallergenic surfacing, all natural feathers and herbs and natural silk, velvet, ribbons, sometimes gilded gold, and crystals. So she provided us two masks that are mounted on canvas to be three-dimensional objects, and other masks by Nina are wearable. Maybe Jerry would talk about Maria Bablak display.
Okay, I guess the main artist that's in this room for this display is Marina Bablak, who is from St. Petersburg originally and now lives in Massachusetts. And she has painted many different scenes here.
It's not hard. Hi, how's it going? Hi, how are you doing?
We should stop this for a second. Okay, so we have a number of her paintings going across here. And these are more paintings that she has done around where she lives, what she sees. So you can show some of these, and then down here on this wall here, these are paintings that she's done locally in the Boston metropolitan area, such as the Museum of Fine Arts. We also have the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, though. And then this one over here, which I like, she calls A Walk About Cambridge.
It has to be a little bit shifted. It's somewhat a bit lopsided. Yeah, this is wonderful collage Last spring she was walking the streets of Cambridge in a nice sunny day, and she was taking spots where she painted different landscapes, and then she combined them together. So this would probably conclude
No, we
our...
have some more artists.
Oh,
to show.
okay. Michelin.
We're going to do Michelin, who is an artist who lives locally in the Boston area as well as in Russia. And he goes back and forth. And he has even designed some sets for ballets perform at the Mariinsky Theater. And these are some of his artwork here. And these are all mixed medias. And one of Boston over there.
Jewelry and knitted accessories are made by Bostonian designer Rima Zaika, who is originally from Ukraine. And there will be a fashion show by Rima coming up on Saturday, December 17th. Rima is famous for combining only natural gems and stones into her designs, and she endlessly knitting and crocheting her accessories. So she's a great designer. We're looking forward to represent her. So we would like to thank you for visiting our gallery. Happy holidays, and see you again soon at From Russia with Art Gallery. Thanks.